Hello everybody, hope you're having a wonderful day, and today I want to share with you guys a little product spotlight. This has genuinely ruined action for me. It has just taken what I thought was pretty good bearing action within a pivot of any premium, whether it's USA or overseas production knife, and it has taken it to another level. I am so surprised that just such a tiny little difference could make a tremendous improvement of, I guess, a quality of life improvement of how everything feel when it comes to fidget factor and smoothness. Now, while a lot of people don't really care for super drop shutty action and the guillotine and dropping on your nail and chopping your thumb off, it's kind of fun, but you can still have a nice and tight, properly screwed down pivot and having relatively smooth and controlled action. And having skiff bearings in a couple of my knives now, I've definitely noticed a massive improvement. So I've already actually installed multiple sets. I went ahead and did a big haul of skiffs. Well, I call it big. I purchased 8 sets or 8 pairs of bearings. I have one in this guy, this, what else? A couple other ones. And that's about it. Oh, this right here. So, we practice. It's freaking smooth. And you know what? This is an older knife. It's seen a lot of use, and honestly, the skiffs don't feel too different from the bearings that come already in. So honestly, that's very impressive for Wii. That's a compliment, it really is. So there's that. This is recent purchase within the last couple weeks. This is the Astro Knives Linered Tie Spiro, and the action with the bearings that it came from the factory, they were good, they were just fine, but when I put skiffs in here, it took it to a different level for sure. I definitely enjoy it quite a bit, and as you can see, it's not drop shutty, but it is butter smooth. So I can go ahead and give it a little shakedown, a little whip down, nothing crazy. But everything just feels a lot snug, much tighter within the pivot. Side to side, it's super strong. I don't have to crank it down as much. I don't feel like I'm actually like imprinting or denting the actual steel walls or the liners or anything like that. I don't feel like I'm damaging anything, which is really nice. This is my fully modified Monocolor knives, and the bearings that were in here from the factory are garbage in comparison. Now, the bearings cost half of what this knife costs. This is I believe like a $40 knife, and I've heavily modified it, and I put skiffs in here, and it is just this thing is pretty freaking sick now. So this is just a crazy fun little build that I did, and now it's essentially complete, and I'm really happy with it. So now I have good bearings, and side to side is pretty darn good. I still have a little bit of that up and down, but that's because of what's going on in there. The Glide Strike, it didn't need it. Absolutely did not need it. Coming from the factory, the Suncut Knives Glide Strike was already super drop shutty, but this just makes things a little bit tighter, and it genuinely feels a little bit more premium. It sounds a lot more solid as well. It's kind of hard to get it over the camera. Honestly, I don't really think it sounds any different, but it does feel different, which is the whole point, right? This guy right here, this was my wedding carry. This is my wedding knife. This is a Sativian, the ST995. And yeah, there are skiffs in here as well. Did it need it? Not really. But what I did notice immediately is when I took out the factory bearings, put the skiffs in, what I noticed with this guy was that I didn't have to crank down the pivot as much to get, you know, little to no side to side movement, and also it fires a lot easier. And then jimping on here isn't great by any means. It's really spread out and kind of over polished. But ever since putting the Rocket Glides, Skiff bearings inside, it just makes it a whole lot easier to deploy, which definitely makes it a whole lot more fidget friendly, which is awesome. So there is that. Last one. This is the Kubi Titanium Titty. One that it didn't really need it, and I saw a similar change where the jimping on the flipper tab on here, honestly, it's not that great, but it's fine for what it is, as long as you get it right and you're far enough on top of it and you don't slip off too easily. If you get it from the top and light switch it, definitely not push button, but actually light switch the flipper tab, you're gonna get it just fine. But I put bearings in here, and again, I don't have to crank it down as much. It just feels a little bit more free-flowing, but somehow solider than before, which is just, it's incredible. It's a little mind-boggling to me right now that such a tiny little thing could make such massive improvements and just a quality of life difference there. So one thing that I just got in the other day, this is another Astro knife. This is the S90V Warney Spiro. So I haven't even had this for too long. I'm gonna go ahead and take it apart already and put Skiffs in here. I do not remember which ones I had, but I only have a couple left. Literally just 2 left. I've replaced a bunch of other ones, so we're gonna go ahead and see really quick which ones are which. I knew I was gonna get this knife, so when I made my order, I already had this in mind. I have my little Skiffs cheat sheet or bearing card right here, just in case, because I forget what it is. One absolutely beautiful thing about Astro knives is that, well, at least on this guy, all the hardware was all T8, but it looks like the screw for the pocket clip there is a T6. Not the end of the world. Different OEMs for sure. This is by Shieldon, and the Thai ones are actually made by Kunwu. So a little difference there. There are some, I'm honestly really impressed with the Shieldon OEM work right here. It's really cool. I don't really know what I don't really know what I was expecting, honestly, because Shieldon kind of makes like cheapy looking, like Sativian Ganzo Firebird looking knives, but apparently they do really cool OEM work, and they actually have a couple premium knives out there. Jared from Neve's Knives, he recently did a little product spotlight or a design spotlight on one of their models, and it was like this carbon fiber and red G10 looking scaled Warney. I forgot what it was called. I think it was like the Cyber Warn or something like that. It had something to do with, like, Warney was in the name, and it was a really cool looking knife, but I don't like the color red. It's not my thing, so I'm not really considering picking that up. Look at that. That's freaking beautiful. That's cool. All right. So this also gives us an opportunity to check out the internals and how clean everything is. The execution of this, honestly, is pretty darn close to what Kunwu is doing. So that's honestly a major compliment to Shieldon, for sure. I think these guys are going to be right here. The 5mm 3/64ths, and then I don't even know what I got these for. I had these were for something. I just don't remember what they were. These are 6mm 3/64ths. So who knows what those are for. So as you can see, steel liner, little ceramic detent ball right there, D-shaped going all the way through, which makes taking it apart really easy. Putting it back together is easy as well. Cloth. I had a cloth sitting out here. Oh, it's in my pocket. Just give it a little wipe, get those factory juices and any pocket lint off. Not that it should have any. Okay. Take a look at that D10 track. Just it's not even really worn in much, just barely. You can see the execution of that D10 hole right there. Pretty crisp, not super sharp, so there's no like jagged edge. So this thing is going to definitely wear in rather well. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this pivot out just to give it a little wipe. One thing that is cool about this carbon fiber one is that the scales are contoured versus the titanium one, which is flat. It's a different feel in hand while the shape is still the same, but because of the contouring, it really truly does feel like a different knife. I thought for a second that, man, I'm really gonna have to, pick and choose which model I want to keep in the collection, because they got to be the same thing pretty much. A Wharncliffe with carbon fiber versus a drop point with titanium. This guy over here, but no, they're very, very different knives for sure. So, we can go ahead and use a little card just to show. This is a 5mm, and yeah, I mean, this is how you check. 1/16. So, did I even have any of those left? Is that what this was? You know what? No, I don't even think these are gonna fit. Maybe not. I think I might have used it for something else, possibly. Yeah, no, I don't think that's gonna work. I think I'm gonna need new... Yeah, I think I'm gonna need more. Well, either way, so this didn't work. But I'm gonna order some more for sure. I'll definitely be using whatever discount code I could find. But yeah, Skiffs, they're actually worth it. And it took me way too long to actually hop on these. So there's that. Sorry I wasn't actually able to put this together for you guys to show you, but I showed you all the other knives in my collection that I have them installed, including this guy, and it's really is a night and day difference to me. So I definitely enjoy it, and it's a whole lot better. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and leave a like down below. If you are subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate all your support and your patience, of course. If you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing, because I have plenty more videos and content coming guys' way. And with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.